Hi, I'm Jennifer Goddard with Integrity Marketing Solutions, and today I sat down to have a conversation with one of our clients, attorney Brenda Geiger from Carlsbad, California, talking to her about her experience with webinar marketing with IMS as her team. Firstly, Brenda, can you tell me a little bit about your law firm, about your practice there?
We are a trust and estates firm, doing primarily estate planning for middle to larger estates. We do have some smaller estates. One of our attorneys handles those, and trust administration.
So, how many attorneys do you have on your staff?
There are four of us.
And how many staff people to support those attorneys?
I believe right now we're at seven. Yeah, about seven.
So,
We just hired a couple of people. I had to think about it.
what I wanted to talk to you about today is particularly your webinar marketing funnel. Your webinar is performing very well. And I just wanted to talk to you primarily about the experience of putting that together and working with the IMS team. What was that like for you in getting that started?
I thought it was pretty simple. I got on the phone with James from IMS, and he kind of talked me through, what the process would be and what the cost would be to set it up. And then once we decided to engage, I think that was back in July or August of last year, and it was pretty easy. I believe they sent me a microphone, like this fancy thing that probably is expensive, and that's why you guys do it. And you developed a script with me ahead of time, told me kind of like formulaically what you wanted, and I had stories of my own that went into that mix of the script. And then I got on a call on Zoom with a really nice gentleman. I don't recall his name off the top of my head, but he's the one that helped me record.
That'd be
You know,
Michael.
Michael. Yes, I remember. Okay, now I remember his name. Yes, Michael. Um, and he did a really great job trying to walk me through. And if we messed up at all, he just re-recorded. And then once that was done, then he kind of took the whole thing. And I think we probably went live in sometime in late September, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
Like we just saw a ton more leads. We've been doing it now. We're almost headed into the 10th month, so it's still been pretty solid. Like we used to have about 65 leads a month on average, and now we're hovering closer to 100
Mhm.
leads a month. So, I mean, something's happened. And that's really the main thing that we changed in the last year was doing the webinar.
Sure. So as far as from your end, does my goal for these webinar funnels for our clients is that for you, from your perspective, it's mostly just kind of set it and forget it, and we run it for you, and you don't have to really mess with it anymore. Has that
Yeah.
been your experience?
Yeah. I think you might even have an option for people not to do that, but I would say I wouldn't want to do it. I'd say in general, no, I wouldn't want to do it at all. I don't know what I'm doing. So as far as that's concerned, I know how to know what I'm doing in a lot of other areas, but
Sure, of course. That's the whole idea, is for you to stay in your genius level, right? And then just be able to have other people work in their genius level for you. So for the most part, you invested some time at the beginning putting this webinar together with our team, right?
mhm,
And then pretty much it just runs.
yes. Yeah,
X.
and Amber's great, by the way. I have to give her props because she's wonderful to work with, and she's so smart, and she's, always got, answers for stuff, gets back to you right away. Just a pleasure to work with her. So I gotta tell you about that.
I love to hear that. She's very dedicated. She loves her clients, and she just will go the extra mile all the time. I think, one of the other goals that we have for the webinar marketing is just not just to generate leads, but that when you're talking to people that they're a little better qualified, that they have a better understanding of what you guys do. Have you noticed that?
Well, yeah, and that was, I think in the beginning, that was maybe a concern. Like I thought, well, is this going to bring in the right types of leads through the internet? But so far, I mean, we track all our statistics. We have a financial dashboard that tracks all this information. And I compared it to the numbers from last year, and the lead conversion ratios are similar So that's telling me that the quality of the lead has not gone down. So, and I also think that leads come in not even directly sometimes through the funnel, where somebody clicks the thing and actually books an appointment to talk to our intake team. I think sometimes they watch the video or see the ad or something happens and it causes them to look for us on the web, go to our website or maybe do a search. There's a number of ways I think they're coming in, not just, and also it maybe is bringing our SEO up too. I'm just making an educated guess.
Right. When we look in the ads manager, there's several numbers that we look at. And one is obviously how many leads you get. We look at what the reach is as well and how many impressions there are. So one of the things that, helps lift everything is all those impressions, even though people are not necessarily clicking and becoming it directly a lead from that. They're seeing your ad, they're seeing your name, they're seeing you as that authority in your market all the time.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, definitely.
So there's definitely some lift from that. So if someone else is thinking about making this investment to do this webinar marketing, would you suggest that they do it? Would you recommend that they do that they use the IMS team to help them do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
As you can see, Brenda is a brilliant business person as well as a brilliant lawyer, and she has a terrific marketing mind. And she's been very pleased with the results from her webinar marketing funnel. But you might want to know a little bit more about what those results exactly were. So we went into her ad manager to pull some of her numbers that are accurate and right up to date. So looking at 2023, from January through September, her webinar marketing funnel has generated 1,419 leads. That's an average of about 118 leads per month. On average, she's paying $9.27 for a lead. That's a very good cost per lead for a marketing campaign like this. Brenda runs one webinar on estate planning. She has a couple of campaigns that run ads to that webinar. The first campaign is to a cold audience that is targeted to her ideal client. And the second is what we call a retargeting campaign that's targeted to people who have visited her website, engaged with her on Facebook, or submitted one of those contact us lead forms. Overall, the quality of the leads for Brenda has met her expectations. She says that they're about similar to what she was getting from her referral-based marketing. And she's gone from an average of about 65 leads per month to about 118 leads per month. If you want more leads, better qualified leads, and you want those leads in a way that leverages your time so that you can focus on other aspects of your business or just on enjoying your life, then a webinar marketing funnel may be the right move for you, especially with an expert partner to run the funnel for you. When you work with IMS, you get an entire team of experts to help you build the funnel, decide your strategy, record your webinar, and then manage your entire advertising campaign. For those who need it or who can benefit from it, we also offer sales training either for you or for your staff, whoever is going to be involved with that client-facing initial meeting. Oftentimes, sales training can mean the difference between leads that just fall through the cracks or leads that become new clients at premium fees. So bottom line, what can we learn from Brenda's story? Well, it begins with that first step. Book the call, just like Brenda did. Get on the phone with my team and let's discover whether a webinar marketing funnel with IMS as your expert partner may be the best next move for you and your law